The spreadsheet that nearly sank the startup. Theo, 31, stood in the middle of his garage, turned headquarters, taping shut another box of eco-friendly stationery. Shelves lined with recycled notebooks and seed paper to-do lists towered behind him. The Shopify cha-ching sound chimed again from his laptop's 12th order before noon. He grinned, wiped his hands on his hoodie, and checked his trusty Google Sheet. 7 tabs, all color-coded. Inventory, supplier contacts, back orders, SKUs, pre-orders, packaging levels, reorder alerts. His mouse hovered over a blinking red cell. Notebooks, 12 remaining. Close but manageable, he thought. He copied the SKU, opened Gmail, and dashed off a message to his supplier. Hey, Matecraft Grid journals are nearly out. Can you send another 100? Same address. Cheers. He clicked send, sipped his lukewarm oat latte, and dragged another recycled pen set into a box. Orders were up 30% this month. A boutique in Bristol had just stocked his full line. An influencer unboxed his packaging with 70 views and called it delightfully compostable. Theo made the packaging himself on weekends using custom stamps and twine. His phone buzzed again. WhatsApp. His mum. Theo, your face is in Sustainability Weekly. You didn't tell me. He smiled and kept working, eyes darting between labels, tape, and his spreadsheet. He scrolled to tab 4. SKUs. Everything looks solid. No errors. All formulas green. Who needs expensive software? He thought. This sheet's been bulletproof. He opened his inventory pie chart just for fun. It still spun when clicked. Boxes lined the hallway. Printer jammed again. He banged it back into function with a gentle slap. He hadn't had a day off in months. His meals came from the snack drawer, but it was worth it. Orders were growing, customers were raving. The system was lean, he told himself that a lot. What he didn't see, one duplicated SKU entry, a formula in column G that stopped calculating, a missing reorder flag on his top-selling pen set. He taped up another package and slapped on a handwritten thank you note. Back to the laptop. Another cha-ching, another smile. He didn't know it yet, but the spreadsheet that built the business was already cracking. Theo unlocked the roller shutter of his newly rented warehouse on the edge of Birmingham's Digbeth district. It wasn't huge, just enough to stack shelves and avoid tripping over boxes like in his garage. Inside, Zara, his new part-time picker, was already unpacking a delivery of recycled pens. Hey, Theo, where do you want the natural craft sets? She called. He checked the label. It read, Sand Beige, SKU NKSB 218. His brow furrowed. That SKU already existed in his sheet for a notepad, not a pen set. He made a mental note to fix it later. The business had ballooned from 5 to 38 SKUs. New colors, limited editions, seasonal sets. He hadn't updated the master spreadsheet structure in weeks. Still the same tabs. Still the same formula sat, at least the ones he hadn't accidentally overwritten. Wholesale orders were coming in too. A boutique in Glasgow placed a standing order for monthly pen refills. A corporate gifting client wanted 200 notepads with logos. And there was interest from a national eco-retailer's biggest opportunity yet. He opened the spreadsheet. Tab 1. Inventory. Cell D26 glowed yellow. It said 30 units of seed paper weekly planner in stock. He turned to Zara. Can you check shelf 3B? Do we really have 30 seed planners left? A minute later, she returned. Only 5. The others were returned last month. Remember the batch with smudged ink? Theo swore under his breath. He had forgotten to update the returns column. Again. Back to the sheet. Pre-order column showed 15 pending for the same planner. He opened Shopify. It also showed 15. But something was off. He clicked through. They weren't pending, they'd already shipped. But he hadn't deducted them manually from stock. Another ding. Email from the Glasgow boutique. Hey Theo, just checking if our second order shipped. ETA said yesterday. He checked stock. The Natural Craft notepads were showing 50 in stock. Zara pulled out a crate. You sure this is Natural Craft? These look like sand beige to me. The paper shades were nearly identical, but the boutique specifically requested the natural tone. Theo froze. He pulled up his packaging checklist. The same SKU had been assigned to both shades. He'd used shorthand while bulk uploading new products. Now customer orders were being filled with the wrong colors, and he had no audit trail. The spreadsheet's scroll bar was microscopic. Conditional formatting flickered red and green. Zara asked for guidance. The Glasgow boutique wanted answers, and the eco-retailer wanted a stock forecast. Theo ran a hand through his hair and stared at the screen. He couldn't tell what was real anymore. Black Friday week. Theo had prepped the email blast himself. Next, day delivery on all orders this week only. He'd checked the spreadsheet. Everything was green. Stock levels looked solid. Best sellers were flagged as ready. He hit send. Orders poured in. By noon, his phone buzzed non-stop. Shopify notifications. New orders, new customers. Even that eco-retailer finally pulled the trigger. He grinned until Zara called from the packing station. "We're out of recycled journal sets." "No way," he said. "The sheet says we have 48. Zara pointed to the empty shelf. "We have 0. His stomach sank. He flipped to the returns to path. Those sets had been sent back months ago. He'd marked them inspected, but never deleted the counts. The spreadsheet had lied. Or rather, he'd lied to it. By 2 p.m., chaos. One wholesale order meant for a corporate client in Manchester had been packed and sent to a boutique in Brighton. Another customer posted on Instagram, "Ordered 2 notebooks. Got 12. Am I the warehouse now?" His inbox filled with refund demands. One customer sent an all-caps email, "I needed these for a conference. You've rewind my launch." Trustpilot pinged, "Paroche." Terrible service. Delayed, wrong item, no response. He tried answering every email himself, correcting tracking numbers, manually adjusting cells, double-checking formulas, but every fix caused another error. The spreadsheet flickered, some cells weren't updating. His laptop fan roared like it might take flight. Zara walked over holding a box. "This order has no name, just a postcode." Theo ran his hands over his face. He hadn't built a system, he'd built a trap. And now, Black Friday wasn't peak sales. It was a full-blown brand crisis. Theo sat on the cold warehouse floor, half-eaten energy bar in one hand and a takeaway coffee in the other, lukewarm at best. Open boxes surrounded him. Half-labeled packages. Bubble wrap. Packing slips with names crossed out and rewritten. The white noise of an overhead fan buzzed. Somewhere, Zara was recounting stock by hand. Again. His eyes drifted to his laptop. The spreadsheet was open, expanded across 3 monitors. Cells blinked, rows and tabs layered like a spreadsheet, lasagna messy, overlapping, and held together by stubbornness. Then he noticed it. Column F and column J didn't match. Again. One showed 112 units in stock. The other, 56. He stared, then laughed. Not the good kind, more the brittle, sleep-deprived kind. He finally whispered to no one, "It's not me, it's this system." The spreadsheet had grown alongside his business, but it hadn't scaled. It had stretched and snapped, hidden errors in neat formatting, and he'd been too busy, too proud, too reactive to admit it. He opened a new tab, typed, "Best inventory management software for small e-commerce business." Options flooded the screen. Zoho Inventory, Sortly, Sin7, or Doro. He clicked on one Zoho, read through a few reviews. Live stock tracking. Barcode integration. Syncs with Shopify. Another tab, Sortly, Clean UI, App Access, Visual Product Folders. He didn't know which was best, but he knew staying with the spreadsheet was worst. Theo picked one, clicked Start Free Trial. For the first time in weeks, he exhaled. It wasn't a fix-all, but it was the first real step out of the mess. A move from chaos to clarity, from crisis mode to prevention mode. And it had only taken one viral Trustpilot disaster, 4 refund requests, and a mislabeled shipment to get there. Theo didn't just clean up his spreadsheet mesh, buried it. Over the next month, the warehouse transformed. Every single product got a barcode. The new system synced with his Shopify store in real time. No more guessing. No more, "I swear we had 20 of these yesterday." He set reorder points. The platform pinged him when stock dropped below safety levels. No more panic supplier calls. No more, "We'll ship as soon as we restock" emails. Inventory reconciliation, once a Sunday night nightmare, now took minutes. Wholesale clients got what they ordered. Online shoppers received what they clicked. Refunds stopped stacking like dominoes. The team? Happier. Zara stopped threatening to quit. She even decorated the warehouse with mini succulents and called it Fulfillment Feng Shui. The air changed, orders went out on time, returns dropped, and the Trustpilot rating climbed one painfully earned star at a time. Theo updated the Slack status from "in the trenches" to "slightly above water." He even had a Friday off for the first time in what felt like forever. Systems didn't just save his business, they gave it breathing room. They gave him breathing room. Theo stood in the middle of his warehouse, scanning boxes with a barcode gun, like a cowboy with a barcode holster. A new shipment had arrived in time, labeled correctly, and ready to hit the shelves. He scanned, clicked, updated. One smooth motion, no second guessing, no manual entry. Just calm, predictable order. On the office whiteboard, someone had scribbled, "0 refund week 2 in a row." Theo smiled. He opened his laptop, briefly revisiting an old file, his trusty, now retired spreadsheet titled RIP Chaos XLX. Rows of outdated product counts, broken formulas, accidental deletions. He winced and chuckled. What once felt like control now looked like a beautifully formatted trap. He remembered Black Friday, the mess, the rage, the notebook overdose. Not anymore. Now, low stock triggered auto reminders. Wholesale and retail stayed in sync. Even the team group chat had shifted from "Where's SKU 1089" to memes about shipping tape. Everything clicked because the system finally did. Moral: you can build a business on hustle, but you scale it with systems. If you're still managing 100 products with a spreadsheet, you're not organized, you're one mistake away from disaster. Theo didn't stop hustling, he just started hustling smarter. Call to action. Like real-world business stories that hit home, follow for more. CZO.subscribe so your next inventory doesn't ghost you. Be like Theo, ditch the spreadsheet before it bites back.